guys! Jake and Marisa back again for more live reactions to
Kaitou, Sentai, Lupinranger.
This is Keisatsu, Sentai, Patranger. Pew, 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 pew. Hey, we got that actually, like, smooth this time.
Yeah, see what happens when we do it at the right time of day?
Yeah. Well, and we actually, like, got into the mode, too.
Yeah, we spent some time practicing
We just did, like,
the
5
song
minutes practicing the
and I
song.
realized that I have not been nearly staccato enough on Hold Up Lupin.
Yeah, yeah.
Run, if you can.
Well, we kept holding on Lupin, and we realized, wait, no.
You don't, do you sing Lupin as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When you do the Hold Up Lupin, I'm also saying Lupin when you say Lupin. Yeah, we're getting this thing. We're getting this thing. We just hadn't... We make the mistake of not finding time to practice outside of the live reactions, which is why it's...
But we just practiced for like a half an hour.
More like 10 minutes.
Fine.
Maybe 10 minutes.
It was a long time to me.
I know. I'm sure it felt much longer. But yeah, because we usually do it on such a compressed timeline.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're actually like doing this at a good time of day. You know, it's like, you know, it's about 5 in the afternoon, evening, whenever you consider that.
Afternoon, and your
That's
eyes
a
are
good
the
song. I like
size
that
of a
song.
moon.
There's a Paddock at the disco.
The only reason I know that song is because it was on Rock Band.
Yeah. And that was just quoting from BoJack Horseman right there. Anyway, but yeah, happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Actually, specifically to the Sentai mothers out there, because I don't know if you've heard about this. I've been seeing ads for a while. I don't think it's out yet. Have you heard of the Super Sentai Hero Moms?
No.
There's apparently going to be this cute little mini movie release. I don't know if it's like a full length movie or like like a 40-minute Sentai movie. And yeah, it's Magi Pink, Deca Yellow, and Hurricane Blue. I think that's how they're labeled. With children. Because all the
always wanted kids.
Because I believe all the actresses are actually mothers now.
Yeah.
And so you have.
Well, Magi Pink always wanted kids. She was on about that constantly.
But yeah, so they have a little movie of the three of them, taking their kids to school, like taking the kids to school together, and then they fight evil, and it looks super cute. I saw the trailer a while ago, and I realized I never mentioned it to you. Yeah. But I don't think that's out yet, actually. I will double check that real quick. Hero Moms? Is that anywhere in here? But,
I drank way too much of my drink while we were doing this, so while you look that up.
Oh, what, do you need to run to the bathroom?
No, I was going to get more drink.
Oh, okay, you want to get a quick beverage?
Yeah.
Okay, make it quick. Alright, so, yeah. Oh, that's it. Super Sentai Hero Mama League. That's what it is.
Hero Mama League.
Hero Mama League. Not Hero Mom, Hero Mama. But I think that's going to be a fun thing. Oh wait, no, it just released. It did release for Mother's Day. I couldn't remember if it was releasing on Mother's Day or not. But that seems like something that might be cute to watch at some point.
Oh, that sounds adorable.
Yeah, Super Sentai Hero Mama League. Yeah, we just had my parents
I love that artwork.
My parents over to visit, yeah, there's the picture of them with the kids, but
Kindergartners. And
yeah, my parents just visited from Florida for the first time since they moved down there, so we had them up to visit. So, my mom was very very happy to get to see her boys again for Mother's Day. And that was their first time since seeing us since we moved into the new place too.
Yes.
So yeah, they just headed out a couple hours ago, and now we're settling into do some live reactions to some Super Sentai.
Guys. Our apartment has never been this clean before.
We did do some tidying up before they got here, because...
The in-laws were coming.
Yeah, your in-laws, my actual parents. But anyway, now, as invested as I'm sure you are in, our domestic bliss here, let's take a quick look at episode 14 of
Kaitou Sentai Lupinranger.
This is Keisatsu Sentai Patranger. The trap is set. Magical sound. It's a trap.
Thank you, Admiral Akbar.
Loud. There it goes. Wait, I'm detecting something on my mini satellite dish. Love Room's hideout. Yeah, I remember that. I wonder what that has to do with things. He's fired up. He made a promise to a preschool. Oh, we're in media res here. Okay. I like there's a little black cat on the shelf or something. The little boy wants to fight the monster
as Lupin Red.
No wonder he's all fired up. Look at the bow tie. He doesn't just have a cape, he has the bow tie too.
See, he called him Kun.
Yeah.
Because that's how you do it.
This is not your job. How can you tell behind him?
Whoa! How did I not notice before that she has on tiny shorts?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's what she's been wearing the whole time.
That's why I said how did I not notice before?
I don't know. He really likes kids. Oh, snap! Oh, snap! Of course, that doesn't mean the kids actually like him back. Oh, that's a burn.
Like, I thought she had on pants, but apparently she just has on black tights that I did not notice until just now are coming out of tiny blue shorts.
Yep. That doesn't surprise me. What's he eating? Hey, it's the CG mansion.
Kind of reminds me of Luigi's mansion.
Yeah, a little bit. Nothing like these other plebeians who have been trying to succeed you. Oh my.
What a bunch of plebs.
Oh, he's teamed up. Or Dordo. Dordo? Dordo? Oh, the Crush Brothers. Okay, yeah, it's a brother team, sure, why not? Yeah, cool design. Oh, he's gonna be a cop killer. That's his plan. Alright. Mysterious treasures left by the Phantom Thief Orson Lupin, known as the Lupin Collection, have been stolen by the ganglers. The thieves who fight to recover what they've lost. The police who fight to protect world peace. Whose side are you on? Alright, let's go for this. Yami no naka de futeki ni wa aru silhouette kono shutai shirakere catch me if you can destiny tokoku saru honto no nunchi wo rikai suru monokade ni hikari Hanatsu Mongai Fushutsu no collection.
Hold up,
Lupin Kareimaru chase you up Ubaeki Uzu Ushinai Shitoku wo takasu tame Dairaru mawase Lupin Sametakeru, chase you up, Yatsurani Adu, Yazaki me, Lupinranger, it's showdown. Alright.
I'm still messing up that Konoseki Jujutsu Mamoru Tame line.
Yeah, also, I think you may have done a few, I think you...
No, I was late on the Lupin because of this.
Yeah, okay, but there was something on the first Lupin that something got a little off. I think you used your old "Gonna Chase You Up" and...
Yeah, instead of "Gonna chase you up anyway."
Yeah, what is happening?
What the?
What? What? How? What? Okay, that was a sneaky plush. What? That's not even a plushie. Is that a thumb puppet?
Yes.
What are you? Okay, if he can make a thumb puppet look exactly like himself temporarily, then I'm totally buying that he could pass for Kaitou.
Yeah.
That guy looks like he's having a rough day.
He is having a very bad day.
Oh, okay. That's. I have a feeling that guy is his partner.
Yeah.
Ichigo. Sango.
One of the things you don't think about until you spend a lot of time watching foreign language TV is that the actual words aren't the only parts of speech that change.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh yeah, that they have completely different grammar systems.
No, not just the grammar systems. I mean, like, for example, non-word sounds that are used to express certain emotions.
Like a little double-barrel shotgun?
Like, for example, if we were saying,
yeah.
It would be anno.
Oh, right.
It's a different sound, and when
the
they get surprised,
guy,
they make a different sound. Like, we'd be like, ah! They, someone like, oh! Different vowel sound. And
the
it's
little
different
mini
with every,
mess with them.
Well, not everyone. The Romance languages tend to be very similar, but they are also very similar when speaking. Like Spanish and Portuguese and Italian.
Yeah. Oh! It's a little drill.
Okay, maybe he's not his partner.
Unless maybe the VS vehicle is a trap? How did they get a VS vehicle? Or is the mini guy inside the VS vehicle? I don't know what's happening. What's Jim have to say? Sounds origin? Okay, yeah, go check it out. Drill. Oh, yeah, you could use that to go under the mountain. I think, just go through inspection. We'll be ready in time for... What? Oh, the field trip? He wants to make sure the little boy can go through his field trip. That's it.
That's a fancy Wii. Ware.
Yeah. Huh. Looks like sort of like a U. Like a sheep type thing.
Oh, that kind of U. Yeah.
Okay, so they... Oh, okay, so they're two brothers, a black sheep and a white sheep. Or whatever they are. Although I think all the ganglers are based off some sort of prehistoric animal. Okay, so this is... Flashback to Love Room, and what was happening? Wait. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's why he wants to destroy the Patrangers because they accidentally stepped on his brother with the... Wow. Wow. That's embarrassing.
I'm pretty sure that's the first time I've ever seen Sentai or Power Rangers address Zord-related fatalities.
Well, Zord, accidental, Zord-related casualties.
Yes, casualties. Zord-related ground casualties.
Yeah. I wonder what's going on here with this drill. Okay.
And this is the dead brothers one.
Yeah, I think so.
No,
yeah. Oh, yeah, and then the other guy had the crane.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so he's got the CG drill vehicle thing. Alright, so what... Hey, how you guys doing? What were you just dangling from? You just came down your little grappling hook line. You came straight down from... what?
A tree.
I guess?
School bells?
Remembering himself as a child. There's an attack on the park? Okay, so he was like the little kid who was trying to defend his classmates earlier.
K for Kaitou on his baseball helmet.
And he's got a little shinai. So he's kind of getting an idea of how he wanted to become a cop. Catching criminals is an officer's duty.
Hmm?
Well, guys. And that's where he got that from.
Oh, it's nice. Pinky promise.
The pinky promise. They got the sketchy dude who had been terrorizing people. Hey.
And that's when he decided he wanted to become a police officer too.
You gotta salute that guy, because he managed to bring him in alive.
And now he wants to be that to somebody else.
Somehow, despite wearing a hoodie, they were still able to bring him in. Usually here in America, things don't fare that well if you're wearing a hoodie.
Oh, you mean they have to bring him in alive?
Yeah. That's a good example to be setting. What? You've got like a ninja shuriken.
Yeah, but he's just realized he can get away if he throws his collection piece. That they will chase the collection piece and not him. That is absolutely a green.
Yeah, it's a little shuriken to shuriken. Ninja shuriken.
It's green.
No, shuriken or something else.
It looks like cams.
No, not cams. Cam was.
I know, but it looks like cams.
Cams was an amulet.
It's got that green symbol. Either way, he's just been shot in the back, by the way.
Yep. Poison. That's not good. So I guess they rigged the machine with the
first demorph took his helmet off before the rest of us closed. That's interesting.
Okay. Yep, there we go. Called it. Sweater dude is the white sheep. Yeah, no, Keiichiro's not doing so well. I feel like his spines are related to his ability. So that's how he was able to set the trap inside it. Oh. Yeah, he shrunk down, put his little trap there. Very
it looks just like his shoulder.
Yeah. Keiichiro's not doing so great. He's got to get out of there. Hey, come on. You gotta get to the surface. What? Keiichiro.
Did he just say what in English?
I think he might have. Really? Really, dude? You do what you can, I guess, to save the field trip. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so he's a transplant.
Yeah, he just occasionally drops in English.
Right, which would indicate that the character is supposed to be English as a first language.
That makes sense. Oh. Oh, hello.
And he did say what in English. Because he got surprised when he went to his first language.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, this is kind of the least proactive villain I think I've seen in that. The first time he actually goes out, he brings a chair. Like that takes the Orcus on his throne trope to a new level. And he actually brings a chair with him out to the battlefield, just sits.
He's here to be entertained, not to fight.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's looking on down like Roman Emperor at the gladiator pits.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, it's 2-on-2. It's a good fight. But man, this guy's like little shotgun rifle thing is.
Oh, don't do that with latex weapons.
Pretty much just a straight up like standard gun.
He stabbed the ground with a latex sword.
That wasn't a sword. That's a gun.
Whatever it was latex and it bent, and I feel so badly for the prop.
Yeah, okay. What? What does the sheep fluff do? Oh wait, he makes little clouds that have voices? What? Adordo's avenge his brother.
Oh.
I don't know what's the deal with the fluffy cat clouds. I don't get why they're a threat. Whoosh. Nice catch. Good teamwork. We blew up the fluffy clouds. We did it.
Oh no, poison.
Oh, that's not good. Nice.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Where are the Lupinrangers?
They're off in the forest.
Okay, well, he still has his treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can destroy the sheep. That's fine. His treasure's not here.
No. Actually, I think he still had his treasure, didn't he?
No, he chucked it into the woods.
I thought that was this guy who chucked his into the woods. Oh well.
It better be the other way around, or the Lupinrangers just lost a collection piece again.
Yeah, let's see. Whoa, what's happening? What's that saw blade thing do? What? Okay. Apparently it just kind of blows up everything around everyone. He did not need to get up from his chair.
No, he didn't.
His quick little tap of his shoulder, and yeah. It was not great. I was not entertained. You don't entertain me.
He's lucky he didn't get killed.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe that was a Dordo shuriken. You stepped on my brother, now I'm gonna step on you. What?
Crane.
What? The crane was buried? Crane. Interesting.
He's still in the same cockpit. Does the crane combine into them?
I don't know.
Because the cockpit still has that poison dart in it.
Okay. Apparently it was hidden underground. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I guess they're set just like, okay, there it goes. Huh, interesting. It's just like Blade and Scissors. It's another set piece. Ready, go. Great. Crane and drill.
You're about to get defeated by your own Zords.
Yeah.
Sheepy guy.
Got punched in the face with the crane thing.
Repeatedly.
Oh, oof, the drill to the shins. Oh, nice.
That's a convenient loop of roll he has there.
Yep.
Whee!
I feel like a crane Zord is always just they just alter the size now. Oof, nice. That's a nice duo set there.
Someone get this guy to a doctor now.
Yeah, you should probably get yourself checked out. Good for him. But he's not doing so good.
Like I said, someone get this man to a doctor. What do you think is wrong?
This might be our to be continued. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, there's our to be continued. So next time okay, so he's gonna be in rough shape. We get to see more with the poison guy. And then we get the drill and
which makes them Patranger strong.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got two for thing for the first time in a while.
I love how every time someone in a Japanese show gets injured, they wind up with that bandage around their head.
Yep. Doesn't matter where you got hit.
You need a bandage around
You just need the bandage around the head. That was a pretty good one. But yeah, I must have lost track of who was doing what, because I guess that shuriken must have.
Sheep's shuriken.
Yeah. I don't know why I got confused there for a bit. But yeah, they had a pretty good sneaky little plan there. I'm a little vague on exactly what. So, who was it? The little boy saw the sheep guy there? Is that why the little boy was freaking out about that location?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know exactly which one he saw under what circumstances. But we got some good character development for Keiichiro. So
I'm not sure the little boy saw it either. Somebody saw it and reported it, and they weren't going to be able to go on the field trip until it was handled.
Right. But I like that we've gotten some, a little bit more redemptive qualities for Keiichiro, he's been a rough character to work with. I'm a cop! Doing it for the kids. He's I'm gonna bring him in. Pinky promise. Yeah. But yeah, the one guy's weapon though is just it's just a straight up gun.
Yep.
It's barely even stylized or anything. It just looks like a straight up
and what was up with the
hunting
sheep
rifle
wool?
or something.
Floating, talking sheep wool?
I don't know. I don't know what the deal was there. It messes with people apparently somehow.
I was gonna say, is that supposed to be like the Mockingjays in the second Hunger Games book that scream in the voices of people you love and yell, "I'm being tortured"?
Maybe. I don't know. That was confusing. I like that we had the whole little trying to get revenge for his brother thing, which
all it did was remind me
ridiculous.
of Toji's sister from Evangelion.
Yeah.
How he wanted to punch Shinji in the face because his sister was injured because she was on the ground
in
an Evangelion fight.
But in this one, it's just a little extra weird because it's just why were you in the middle of the woods? What were you doing there?
Well, they're sheep. Maybe they live in the woods.
Sheep aren't really woodland creatures. They prefer, pastures, don't they?
They're gangler sheep. I don't know what they prefer.
the rolling hills of New Zealand.
And as was pointed out, they were near the vicinity of what's lair. So it's also quite possible that, other ganglers have lairs in the hills. These there hills are full of ganglers.
I guess. I don't know. That was a little... if it was somewhere in the city, you'd expect there to be some casualties. But no, it was one of the few times when they were fighting off in the forest somewhere. Well, you just got a little snag on there?
Yeah. My Fitbit.
Yeah. It was a nice little callback to a previous battle. I'm curious to see if we'll have anything else similar to that, where other battles may have had implications that we did not realize the first time through.
Fair enough.
Probably not. It's probably a one-off thing, but it'd still be pretty cool if that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
Then we could build off some of those otherwise non-impactful filler episodes. And I did like the combo of Crane and Drill.
Yes, now they have their own blade and scissors.
Yep, and I like that it had its own finishing move between the two of them, which was pretty nice. The drill just pops right in there.
It's a telescoping drill that just keeps punching.
Oh, no, the telescoping crane.
Telescoping crane that keeps punching.
Yeah, that's how any crane Zord seems to work in Sentai. It just can expand however much they want. It was the same thing with the crane Zord in Operation Overdrive.
Sorry, I wasn't paying much attention.
It could do the same sort of thing where it could just pick up a monster and whirl them around. And same thing with...
Here's the thing. If you look at the size of the crane body and then you look at the size of the gangler...
Yeah.
Technically speaking, they should not be able to pick that gangler up without going like this. Ka-tonk!
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because usually time when a crane picks up something that heavy, it's got these bracer doodads that have to come out and get kind of screwed into...
Yeah, I remember that. I think the Overdrive one had something like that where they just kind of...
Yeah.
But also Beatbuster Zord in Go Busters had the same sort of telescoping thing.
That's true.
Where it, could also just be ridiculously huge for no apparent reason. Because, it could do the punch, grab, and then it set the jet along the arm like it was a runway. And it's how is that
And this said the
runway.
arm, like
Yeah.
it was a roadway of some kind.
Yeah. I think it works a little bit better as sort of a ramp roadway than like a runway for a jet.
This is true.
But even so, it's just, that crane is just however big it needs to be. And that's sort of how those work.
Yup. It's like Star Furies.
Yeah.
They fly at the speed of plot.
But it was also nice that we finally got, Don,
Did you just say Don Armaga again?
Johnny Murgy. Not Johnny Murgy. What's his name? Don Gabagi. I'm terrible at remembering
The Godfather
names.
brought his chair out.
Yeah, it was nice to see him in battle. Even if it was more so adjacent. Oh, okay, it's Dogriano Yaboon. So, yeah. The Dan. But
That's why we say the Godfather.
you
You can refuse.
I just calm us down.
Last night we went to Buca di Beppo for dinner,
If you don't entertain me, I'll blow you up.
which is very Italian.
Yeah. Buca di Beppo's a good place.
I mean, it's not like very Italian, like Italy Italian. It's very Italian American.
It's very kitschy. They've just got a bunch of like decorations everywhere. I think they finally got rid of their little cardboard cutout of Danny DeVito. I noticed that didn't greet us as we walked in this
That's
time.
true. It's probably seen better days because it was cardboard.
Yeah.
But they got a lot of like statues of people with jugs, and there's a fat naked guy riding a turtle.
I don't remember that,
That
but
was about this big.
There's just so many little like statues and paintings and
Lots
old
of paintings
photographs.
of grapes.
A lot of old photographs from like the 50s and whatnot, and like, you know, nuns watching TV and just all sorts of
Something that I'm pretty
random
sure was the ordination of a new cardinal.
paraphernalia. Anyway, well, yeah, we had the black sheep and the white sheep, and yeah, they basically just reproduced the white sheep costume and painted a different color just so that they could destroy it.
Yep.
Actually, you know what would be funny would be if there was like, you know, because I imagine they might make 2 different copies of a costume for like, you know, close-up shots and stunt work. It would
Maybe just dyed the stunt one black.
yeah, after they were done filming the other scenes.
Wouldn't surprise me.
That would probably be a good use of.
That's an economic use of your monster suits.
I'm always just amazed at how many of these costumes they produce every year.
Yeah.
Because you know that every single one of those, you know, probably cost a few $1,000s to make. And for every single one to have a unique design and for them to come out with like, you know, well over 50 of these every year.
Every year.
The you know, the artistry in it that's impressive work.
Yeah. I mean, that is face-off levels of speed.
Yeah, and with you know, even higher levels of complexity and durability.
Yes.
Because these need to be good enough for stunt work.
Which means a lot of them are probably mostly polychrome.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's a lot of latex foam rubber going on with those things. But yeah, I've to anyone who ever like, you know, makes fun of Power Rangers and Super Sentai and, you know, Japanese shows for being like, oh, they're like cheap looking foam monsters. I'm like, those take a lot of hard work, and to be able to produce those, like, you never see anything with this level of complexity of design in American television.
Not on a regular basis.
Yeah. Like, you want to talk, oh, it's just, you know, it's a cheap monster costume. I'm sorry, like,
X-Files.
Yeah, you know, look at any other TV show in American those are generally cheap monster costumes. Like, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it's just a quick facial prosthetic. That's not anything, like, super crazy. For the vampires, for the most part. Some of the demons might be more advanced, but, you know, you get, like, maybe a few of those. But usually it's like, it's just the face.
Or you could just paint Amy Acker blue.
Or you can just paint Amy Acker blue. But usually it's
Like
just...
sometimes there aren't any prosthetics.
It's just a mask or
blue
facial prosthetic. These are full body costumes every single week.
Or that guy, I forget who he is, who plays Lorne. Lorne is paint him green and stick some horns on him.
Yeah. I'm sure there was a little bit more to it, but...
Yeah, maybe he had a nose and a chin.
Yeah, there's some sort of, there's good artistry going on in there as well. It's just, it's different. It's a different level, and I can't imagine that those sorts of costumes are near the same expense as a typical monster costume.
No, that's like Star Trek level, not like Power Rangers level.
Yeah.
Not current Star Trek, because current Star Trek took things way above and beyond, and I guess that's
you
have to pay extra. But Next Generation,
Star Trek Discovery, they've got some really good stuff going on.
Right. What I'm saying is the Buffy stuff was more like Next Gen.
Yeah.
I say that as someone who's barely watched any of it, but
I'm always more impressed by the costumes that we get from Power Rangers and Sentai than what I would...
That should say something about what a cultural phenomenon, though, that was for people our age, that even though I was not a big fan of it, I still remember several specific plots.
Of...
Buffy?
Yeah, that was a...
There was the whole Dark Willow arc, and then there was that one episode where no one could talk.
Yeah.
And the musical episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it ended up being a pretty big cultural phenomenon of the show, and I did not watch it at all when it was running.
I didn't watch it at all when it was running either.
It's one of those things where
I caught some reruns later on.
Yeah, I eventually caught it on Netflix.
You watched the whole thing?
Sort of.
I couldn't be fussed.
But
I think I've seen the one where no one could talk at least 3 times now.
I remember, for instance, though, Oz was a werewolf, and his werewolf costume was just absurd. It did not look very... It was like he was wearing, a big furry suit, if I remember right.
I remember they added, the girl from Pete and Pete partway through.
Did they?
Yeah, Michelle Trachtenberg.
Oh, no, Oh, that's right, she was from Pete and Pete. That's right. She was... Yeah, okay. I forgot that was the show where she got her start. That's
she
right.
started on Pete and Pete, and then she became Buffy's younger sister that doesn't really exist.
Yeah. Well, she was Harriet the Spy, too.
That's true.
But that's right. Well, when you were saying Adventures of Pete and Pete, it's been so long since I've watched it, I was thinking the character of Ellen first, and I don't know what that actress has been up to since then.
Yeah, no, not her.
I was totally forgetting about Michelle Trachtenberg's character, whose name I'm blanking on right now.
But she was Little Pete's age.
Yeah. But anyway, we got a little bit of a tangent.
Monster costumes.
It's nothing that this episode was specifically a standout on or anything with regards to those designs. It's something we haven't really brought up in our live reactions, and I felt like talking about it because this one actually had 2 monsters, and then
there was more monsters in this one that we've never seen before.
Yeah,
especially if you count both sheep.
Yeah, we had two new ganglers for this one, and we also had a flashback gangler. And I don't think it can be overstated just how much work goes into these shows.
Yeah.
No American shows, I think, are able to produce the level of work that goes into the typical Super Sentai series in terms of just how much, you're constantly producing all these costumes. You're producing an episode every single week. There's action choreography. There's so much work. And a lot of people work very hard on American shows, but not at the pace that Tokusatsu goes through.
And they do a full 53 episodes a year. They don't.
More like 48, but still.
Point is, they don't have a hiatus.
Yeah, they've got the occasional week off.
We've got shows that can come kind of close, but all of them have a 24 episode season.
Yeah.
So they've got more time.
Yeah. I will admit that.
And it's all science fiction.
A lot of those shows that do have those are hour-long shows.
Yes.
So that's a factor. But even then, they don't.
We don't put this much effort into children's television. That's for darn sure.
That's true.
All the ones that we can think of that were even close are hour-long adult dramas.
Yeah. Power Rangers is really it's really the only real...
Like, Farscape had a bunch of wacky stuff going on every week, because they had a Henson shop involved.
Yeah, but even they weren't creating new things every week.
No, because they had bottle episodes on the ship.
Or even close to that.
That would prevent them from having to invent new things.
Most of the aliens they had just were basically humans.
Well, the peacekeepers were. Yeah.
But I'm saying, and as far as a week-by-week basis, you usually had, like, you know, Sebaceans were the most common aliens they encountered, and the ones that they didn't encounter were still, the other aliens they didn't encounter, for the most part, were still most generally humanoid, with the exception of, you know, the occasional character like Rigel.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of, like, that scientist that pulls goo out of your eyeballs, and...
Yeah, okay, yeah, that guy.
Like I said, they worked with the Henson shop.
They still had, you know, it was way more than any other.
Yeah, they were pulling Henson stuff out of their, you know, on a regular basis.
But
more
you know,
than say Star Trek.
But for instance, then you have like you know characters like Maldus. I don't even know what Maldus was. He was some sort of emotional vampire, but he looked like a person.
He did.
You had you know, was it Stents or whatever in the episode The Flax, and he looked basically human, just with funky hair and like a tattoo.
Yes.
So they had more.
But then what about the guys on the ship?
Oh right, and then they had like the big frog guys in that one. That's true.
Henson.
Yeah. They had a lot more full body suits in that show than any other American sci-fi show.
Yeah.
And even they weren't producing as
many
anywhere near the number that you get in a typical Sentai.
Exactly. It's the closest thing I can think of.
I will admit they do have the they do have the added edge of the mobility in the ability of expressive faces and lip syncing and work like that, which you don't get in Sentai.
That's true. They do put a lot more face work. Well, they did put a lot more face work into Farscape so that all of those creatures could emote and act.
Yeah. Whereas with Sentai, it's these are generally pretty static faces with the occasional flapping mouth.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Don is. I'm still fine. Just I don't get what the thing is with the saw blade through the face. How are you constantly drinking? Why? Like I feel like you need like a straw or not even a straw because he couldn't possibly pucker his lips with that thing. He doesn't even have lips. He needs like a little funnel.
You can use a straw without your lips. I've done it before.
Yeah.
And it involves you have to be one of the people who can roll your tongue.
Mm.
You have to roll your tongue around the straw.
Oh, really? What he needs is just sort of like a little
siphon.
A little siphon. It's just like
siphon, beverage siphon.
I will consider your offer.
Chug, 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 chug. Sorry. All I'm thinking now is beer funnel.
Yeah. But, yeah, this was a good little, semi game changer episode. Not a huge game changer.
Yeah, but
we got new Zords. We got we've got a 2-part episode, and we got to see the big bad sort of show his stuff a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, he barely did anything, but he kicked everybody's butt.
Yeah.
He just kind of went, boom, kaboom.
And I do like that he has something.
The ease with which he destroyed everybody else does make him slightly more intimidating now.
Yeah, and I like that they have a good reason for him not fighting them for the most part, which is he has no interest in fighting them. The only reason that there's any conflict is that he wants his ganglers. He wants to find whoever his successor is going to be, so he wants somebody else to beat them to prove themselves.
Exactly.
So if he were to get rid of them, he would have to come up with a new test. It'd just make more work for him.
Correct.
He's not trying to conquer the world or anything.
He's just looking for a successor.
Yeah.
Who will inherit my criminal empire?
He's looking to retire. That's all he's looking for.
An heir. I need an heir.
I need a heir.
Okay, you're going with the Johnny Depp version. I was doing Gene Wilder, but okay.
Fair enough. I don't think he ever used the word he said that he needed an heir.
Successor.
Yeah, he's like, I don't think he used any specific word in there.
Regardless.
I need someone to leave my chocolate factory too.
Yep.
And that's all the Don wants, somebody to leave his chocolate factory to. That would be pretty amazing if at the end, at the end of the series, you're going to be the new Don, here's your chocolate factory. I get a chocolate factory? Okay, sure, why not?
What if in the end he just winds up leaving his criminal empire to the Patrangers because, no, to the Lupinrangers because they survived everybody else.
Yeah, that would be pretty great.
He couldn't give it to the Patrangers, they're police, but he could totally just be all like, so, all of my guys are dead, Lupinrangers, you want to inherit?
Yeah.
You're criminals.
So he's definitely a little bit of a different villain in that regard, since he's definitely the driver of the actions for the rest of the villains, but he's got no real ambitions of his own right now.
He's made his ambition.
Yeah.
He is the Dawn.
He's not looking to create an empire or maintain an empire. He's looking to pass on the empire, which is something that's new for a villain as far as the villains I've seen.
Yeah.
Because usually, they're either, trying to conquer the world, or in the case of Don Armage, had already conquered the world and was looking to finish the job, or they're looking to be resurrected so that they can conquer the world again. He's just like, I want to go,
sometimes
relax
they
on the
only want
beach.
to conquer the Earth.
Yeah, well, that's a world.
Sorry, I was taking the world like the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course the nice thing with getting the feel like Keiichiro likes kids. He holds to his promises.
Kids don't like him back.
Showing his determination in a good light.
Oh,
for
hello.
once. Hey, Ollie. How you doing? Whoop. I did not mean to knock you off of there. I was just trying to pet you and I accidentally pulled him. He lost his balance. But yeah, for once, Keiichiro's determination was actually a positive in this case. We've only seen that happen once or twice, really. Usually it's him being annoyingly stubborn.
You're filled with determination.
Are you making an Undertale reference?
Uh-huh.
That's nice.
You were just watching that the other day.
I was watching the Let's Play of that the other day. Filled with determination.
I think it might be time to change the I'm pretty
like,
sure that came in a 2-pack.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's gotten pretty cracked. I actually got a glass splinter from my phone because the glass cover had gotten a little chipped, and so one of the little chips got in my thumb a few weeks back. Not a great phone case.
No, we need to get you a new phone case.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that there was a second one of these tempered glass.
That's cool.
Somewhere.
All right. So I think it's about time for us to go get make some dinner.
And then you gotta go tutor.
Yeah, I've got some tutoring tonight. So, but yeah, we enjoyed this one. We're looking forward to seeing the continuation.
The second half of, yeah.
Yeah. I enjoy when they do the 2-part stories. I'm glad to see that's back again. And hopefully we'll get some more continuing arcs. I would like that. But until next time, farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. The cup never breaks a pinky promise.